So here we are, looking at prison, but in the flip of a page, there's promotion. Joseph's promotion that we see in Genesis 41 can feel all of a sudden as we're reading through the story real quickly. But we've got to remember that his promotion from prison only sits on top of years of preparation and hardships, disappointments and sufferings, and even some hidden processes. And that's what we need to understand about Joseph's story, is that a lot of times we as people want the godly benefits, but we don't want to go through God's process. But all over Scripture, throughout Scripture, God frequently develops people privately before he gives them to other people publicly. Let me say that in a better way. God is often going to curate and mold and develop you in private before he positions you publicly. And Joseph learns that administration before he gets into leadership. He understands dependence before there's influence, and that there has to be some form of wisdom before authority. So when Pharaoh came and asked Joseph to interpret the dreams, Joseph immediately redirects him back to giving the credit to God. And he says, I can't do it, but God will give Pharaoh the answer. That response shows transformation. Now recall, earlier in Joseph's story, the focus often was centered on Joseph himself. But now there's humility, and we see Joseph's dependence and trust in God's ability instead of his own. The purpose of the scripture is rarely about somebody important. It's usually about watching the preparation of someone to serve God's bigger plan. What do you want? Let me ask you this. Do you think that people would handle influence differently if they understood preparation mattered as much as opportunity?